afternoon, everybody. I am in the Porcupine Mountains, just starting off on the little carp trail, heading towards Lake Superior. And interesting thing, when I got here, there was a group of people in the parking lot, and they needed a ride, probably about a 50-mile round trip, just to the other side of the park. Someone who wasn't feeling well, and I gladly got one person over there. My truck's pretty full of stuff, and then they drove the car back to where they had stopped. But yeah, I think I got my karma for the day for this trip, hopefully. And stick with me, it's beautiful. So the trail's on the other side of this river, Little Carp River. It's gone about, according to GPS, 4 miles, but according to my Apple Watch, it's more like 6 or 6.5. But it's really buggy out. Beautiful though. I'm very lucky. So here I am on Lake Superior. end of hiking for day 2, and I have to admit that was one of the toughest trails I've ever been on. Been on some mountains too, but that was swampy and unforgiving and muddy, and unless you wanted to be knee deep in mud, you had to basically jump across just down trees and rocks and all kinds of stuff. Kind of dangerous. I almost wiped out one time, but saved myself with my trekking poles. Always have trekking poles. Well, this is camp number 17 on the Lake Superior Trail, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's definitely worth all that mess that we just went through. Oh. Looking forward to eating dinner, setting up the bug net, the tarp. It might rain tomorrow morning, I'm not sure yet. Waiting on the weather report. It's constantly changing. Lake Superior is massive. The weather can change on a dime. So. But thanks for joining me. All right. Wow, this is kind of a cool place. I love it. So many rocks in random places. Starting to gain elevation, which is good. My ears are starting to pop a little bit. I think it goes from like 600 feet to 1,600 feet or something. It's not that much, but it's noticeable. This is really cool here too. Ah, that breeze feels good. you guys want to see the most beautiful campsite I've ever been to, this is Lake of the Clouds number 4. A little bit of a trek past 1, 2, and 3. It's quite a bit trek past it. I ended up stopping and swimming because I didn't know what I was going to run into. And lo and behold, I do have water. But check this out. It's just amazing. Come along with me. This is great. Got my bear bell clinking away. You never know. Pretty nice up on the ridge line. Every so often you get a breeze. This morning was really windy down at the Lake of the Clouds, campsite number 4, which is like a little peninsula that just kept all the bugs away. It was great. Yeah. So I heard a woodpecker. That's about all I've heard for a little while. Now I'm starting to hear some more birds. But this trail is harder than you think it might be, at least this time of year. The trail, Big Carp, going across the ridge line from the overlook of Lake of the Clouds, it's actually quite nice. It's dry. Bring your water because it's like 6 miles before you can get any water. And there's no water source at the top of Lake of the Clouds. You can get some water down a 1/4 mile at Lake of the Clouds. I actually caught a ranger before I had to do an ascent to Lake of the Clouds, and he was nice enough to fill me up with some water, just enough to get me up there. And then a couple gave me 2 bottles of ice cold water, which, let me tell you, So I'm heading on the correction trail up to Mirror Lake, campsite number 3. It's only a 3-mile hike. I heard it was uphill, but so far it's just been flat and kind of a little bit wet, but not too bad. A lot of mosquitoes, hence the hood. But I slept really well last night. I got down probably into 54-degree territory around there, and I slept great. Bit muddy. Looks like people have been taking this thing. Let's see what we can do with one hand. See if the balancing skills are any good. Not too bad. I made it. Ooh, this is cool. This is a lily pond. Very cool. You could jump in right here if you wanted to. Or you could just have a seat. Very cool. Too many bugs though. We gotta keep walking. Nice. Little Carp River Road. Half mile. Yes, I made it. I thought it would be a little further. Huh. Only a half mile. I thought it would be further. So this is where I went left 6 days ago. Mouth the river 7 miles. That was my first day. 95 degrees. Second day, another maybe 5 or 6 miles at 102 degrees. Third day, I don't know, maybe 5 miles up to Lake of the Clouds, and then back down to Lake of the Clouds campground, another mile, and then backtracked up to Lake of the Clouds for another nice view, and a big Carp River trek on the next day down to Mirror Lake. I'm sorry, that Big Carp River campsite, number 6, and then went to Mirror Lake number 3, which was quite nice. And then I went up South Mirror Lake Trail accidentally. Had to backtrack. There was a shortcut I probably could have taken, the Summit Loop, but it really wasn't clear on the map, and I decided to go back to where I started. So, and it was, you know, I had plenty of time. It was a nice day out, and now here I am. We took the Little Carp River from Mirror Lake back to here. I love this place. Definitely visit when you can.